He was elected, in his words, to drain the Washington swamp. But Donald Trump now stands accused of filling the Capitol with bucket loads of scandal imported from here, his native New York. His go-to clean-up guy for a decade, his Mr. Fix-It, was Michael Cohen, a brash New Yorker to his fingertips, just like his boss, or so it seemed until Tuesday, when a strikingly contrite Cohen pleaded guilty to federal crimes in New York.
What he did was he worked to pay money to silence two women who had information that he believed would be detrimental to the 2016 campaign and to the candidate and the campaign.
That was not all Cohen admitted to. The president's former lawyer owned and traded in licenses for taxi cabs. But this self-confessed crook concealed the income from the taxman. In a city gripped by tales of organised crime, Cohen milked the iconic yellow taxis for all they were worth. Michael Cohen stands accused of evading $1.3 million worth of taxes on his taxi business over a 4-year period. But it's not this which spells trouble for Donald Trump. It's Mr. Cohen's confession that he broke campaign finance laws by making payments to two women, and the possibility that he spills the beans on any alleged collusion between the Trump campaign and the Russians. The relationship was so close that Ben Stiller joined Alec Baldwin in this parody.
Yellow is Donald Trump, who dis?
It's Michael Cohen. God, I miss you so much.
Oh, hey, what's up, amigo? How you holding up in prison?
I'm not in prison.
Oh, well, give it a couple of weeks.
But yesterday, the president called Cohen more or less part-time, as if the height of Trump Tower itself wasn't distance enough. The former vice president of the Trump organization was, he suggested, dishonestly plea bargaining to avoid jail.
Why is he doing this?
Because
Why? He was your attorney.
Because he made a great deal. Because he was in another business, totally unrelated to me, where I guess there was fraud involved and loans and taxi cabs and all sorts of things. Nothing to do with me, because he had an outside business. He worked for me. You could really say it was more or less part-time. He had other businesses. He had other clients. I'm not his only client.
This morning, the president's former campaign advisor, who has himself given evidence to the Russia investigation, turned against Cohen as well. He told me his friend was an unreliable witness in a dispute which has its origins in a simple case of sour grapes.
Michael looked at himself as one of Donald Trump's closest political advisors, and he simply was not even given a White House position. As I have said, Michael should have been given a position, perhaps in the he didn't have to be in the West Wing, Jonathan, but he could have been in the EOB, the Eisenhower office building adjacent, and all of this would have been solved. So I understand how he feels. But with that said, we were trying to find the proper role for Michael, because Michael doesn't understand political strategy. And I can assure you, the irony of this, Jonathan, is that had these women come out, claim that they had had affairs with Donald Trump, I don't think it would have affected one vote. Donald Trump still would have won the election.
Do you think the president is more likely to be impeached because of what's happened?
I don't think the president is more likely to be impeached because it hasn't changed the hearts and minds of the Americans in the political. I don't think that this was set into the cake. Majority of people expected Paul Manafort to be found guilty, and the majority of people aren't going to suddenly accept that Michael Cohen is a star witness when this man has pled guilty to 6 financial issues that have nothing to do with Donald Trump. And
so you're saying your old friend is an unreliable witness?
He's an unreliable witness. No. What I'm saying is, well, yes, he's unreliable for the impeachment of Donald Trump.
So are you saying that Michael Cohen is a bigger sleazeball than Donald Trump is alleged to be?
I don't think look, I'm not going to accept the premise that Donald Trump's a sleazeball. You said that. I think that Michael, I would tell you, Michael's acting sleazy to the president now.
Are you worried that Michael Cohen will talk to the special prosecutor about any alleged Russia collusion, because his lawyer has suggested that he's happy to talk?
If Michael Cohen talked, the short answer is no, I'm not. I was in the grand jury. They asked me a lot of questions about Michael Cohen. They did not bring Michael Cohen to the special counsel. Anything Michael Cohen says will conflict with what other people are saying, and therefore it will be a he said, who are you going to believe? And I don't think Michael has credibility.
So there you have the essence of the president's defense. If Michael Cohen, an ex-employee, has admitted to 5 counts of tax evasion, including his taxi business, why should he be trusted in anything else he says? Jonathan Rugman, Channel 4 News, New York.